What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the BB Bus, where today I'm laying on the street. But the topic of today's video is going to be bus security. This is part one of several videos that I've been wanting to make in the last couple of months about little upgrades that I'm going to be working on here on the bus. And today is a beautiful day down here in Southern California, and I have been going through my tools, just trying to clean up and organize, and I figured, why not take the first stab at increasing some of the bus security that I have here on the BB bus. So let's get into it. So first off, I don't have a doubt in my mind that there's going to be a whole host of you that have differing opinions on what I'm doing and what I have done. And you know what? There's more than one way to skin a cat, and this is the way that I'm trying to increase my security. My philosophy on this, basically, just so that you have an understanding of where my head's at, if someone wanted to break into the bus, they can. There's absolutely nothing that I can do to get 100% guarantee, foolproof, that someone cannot get into the van, into the bus. No matter how much I do or how hard I try, if you have the right tools, if you have the right skills, you will be able to get in here. And I believe that about every home. I believe that about every bus, van setup. It's just a fact of life. And I accept that, and I realize it in my mind. However, there are a few things that you can do to either help deter or slow down anybody that's trying to get into the bus. And so that's what I'm trying to do. There's a couple things that I've done already, so let's go ahead and take a look at those first. The first thing that I've done is here at the back door, so let's talk about that right off the bat. Firstly, I have an RV style door latch here. I modified the door so it could fit this latch. It has two locks. This lock, when I lock it, it freezes the handle so you cannot pull the plunger. This lock actually puts in a deadbolt, and when that deadbolt is applied, then it can't open either. So this is already kind of like a double duty lock. However, they are keyed the same. So if you can break into this, you can break into that, and then the door will open. What I've done is I've added this little metal setup thing. You can buy this at whatever hardware store, and it has a couple holes in it so that you can hang one of these kind of just hanging locks. This is keyed. I have another lock that I actually use to lock up my bike to the back here. So those are keyed the same, but that way when I hook this lock here and lock that up, now even if you get through these two pieces of metal cannot separate. So you can open the door and loosen the door, but it's not going to go anywhere more than a 1/4 inch of movement because of these here. So there's kind of double dog security here on the back door, and that's already step one of making the bus more secure. Now, step two is nothing to do with here yet, but is using some theft deterrent mechanisms here in the driver's area. I actually bought one of those things that just braces here in the steering wheel, but the steering wheel is too big, so that I'm going to get rid of. But I did get a replacement one that hooks on the brake pedal, then hooks to the steering wheel, locks with a key that way, so that if someone did get in, they wouldn't be able to drive it off. Now, I don't lock that every time that I'm parked in my family friend's driveway or whatever, but this is like when I go into town and I'm parked somewhere that it doesn't look the cleanest or the best, then I'll throw that in there. So even, I mean, if someone comes and peers in the window and is like, oh, is this something that I want to, they'll see that and be like, okay, well, if I get in, I can't go. They could get in, but the bus would still be there. So that's number two. So those two things so far cover one entry point and then part of the driving mechanism of the bus. So we've got the back door kind of double secure already, which I'm satisfied with so far. Now let's turn the attention to the front door and what I'm going to do here. On these old buses and the plunger style locking mechanism, this is like coat hanger kind of theft. You could get a piece of wire, bend it right, jimmy it in there, and you unlock the door. So this right now is my weakest point of security, because you don't even have to pick a lock. You can just pull the plug. And so we're going to do something about this door in particular. Again, if the steering wheel is locked, it's not going anywhere, but I still don't want people getting in and being able to get through my stuff or steal my things or break stuff. That's just, a little peace of mind. If I can lock this door down, even better. So my method of trying to secure that driver's door is going to be using one of these aftermarket third-party van door locks that you can throw onto van doors. They can go pretty much on any door location, whether it's a sliding door or a two-fold double door or a single door like that. All you need is a flat part of the door where the two surfaces join between the moving door and the stationary part of the vehicle. So this is what they look like. It has this big ball like stainless steel structure here, and when you unlock it, that comes off, and then it leaves two plates that are split down the middle. One is attached to the door and one is attached to the frame, and when this is locked, those two plates are stuck together. They're not going to go anywhere unless you can unlock it, remove this part, and then split the two plates. So we're going to go ahead and try and install this. There's several different ways according to the instructions, and it comes with hardware for all the ways that you can install it. So let's get the right drill bits, get our templates, clean our surface, and install this on the door. As far as placement here on the bus, I think I'm going to look at putting it somewhere around here. Part of that is because I would like to be able to reach it from the window. No, I don't plan on driving around with this locked there, because in case I need to get out quickly, this would be in my way, and I'm not stoked on that. However, I do know that there may be a situation where I've kind of locked myself in if I'm staying in a shady place and I'm not really excited about having open doors. However, I would be able to get to the front, roll my window down, reach around the corner, unlock this, and get out the door. Yes, that's not crazy fast, but by slowing someone else getting in, it will inevitably slow me getting out. I will be able to get out faster out of the front door. That's a very quick way to get out. But there may be a situation where that's not an option. Who knows? At the end of the day, I'd rather have this by my window rather than down by the foot of the door, because then there's no way I'm reaching that by reaching through the window. Okay, step one, we're going to clean our surface. It does come with a couple of handy dandy templates, so I will be able to stick this template there, and that's going to tell me exactly where to put my drill spots. And there we are, the template is on. It is just a clear sticker, and that shows me all the places where I need to drill in order to properly mount this. All right, and there are all the holes drilled. Take that template off and see that we're ready to throw some rivets in there. All right, so I've got all my rivets, my screws, my bolts in here. This thing is on there. Comes off just like that, and then this I can store somewhere with the key inside, and then when I feel the need to add that extra layer of security out here, throw it on, lock it on like that. I can't open the door, even with the door unlocked. So this honestly will probably live inside the bus 98% of the time. There may be a few occasions where I feel a need to come out, throw it on here. But now that it's there, just an extra added level of security if I need it. I'd rather have it not need it than need it not have it. That's what I always say. And with that installed on my front door, we are well on our way to having some more security here in the bus. Again, I'm gonna hardly ever have this thing on, but I got it there. I can throw that extra lock on here. I can lock down my steering wheel. It's gonna be harder to break into here now than it was before. And that's the whole goal with adding some security to a rig like this. Yeah, there's still windows, no duh. You could come and smash through this thing. It would suck, but you could do it. Same with this thing. If you get a big angle grinder, you could probably smash your way through that and be done. But we're gonna move on to security improvement project number 2 for the day, and that is gonna be here on my front door. Down here, I have 2 locks, again, a deadbolt, and then when I lock this handle is rigid as well. So there's already kind of dual security here. They are keyed alike, which means that if you can break one, you can break the other. But it was drawn to my attention that the way that this door is installed means that the hinges are on the outside. So theoretically, again, if you had a couple basic tools, you could come here, knock the pins out of these hinges, and then kind of pry the door out, leaving those ineffective if you can muscle this the right way. It would be difficult. I've been trying to think of how I would take that on. It would be tough. You'd break a bunch of stuff getting through, but it's possible. Several people online give a lot of criticism for installing this door this way. If you actually live in a bus, you will know that there is no other way to install a aftermarket door to your front door. Because look, there are stairs in there. So there's no way to have the door swing inwards and hide the hinges or anything. So the door's gotta be like this. Not gonna change that. But I was informed of a method to kind of eliminate that hinge weakness. And I'm gonna do a version of that on my hinges. Someone told me that they drill a hole through the hinge, through the pin, and then leave a tiny little diameter metal pin going through that. That way, if you tried to hammer the pin upwards, there's a lateral perpendicular piece of metal holding that pin in place that goes through the hinge casing and through the pin itself. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a small diameter drill bit, drill it through all the way across, file off the ends. I mean, it's a $3 drill bit. It's easier to just grab some bits, drill the hole, leave it in there, and then you can't take those pins out anymore. So there is pin number 1. You can see a tiny little spot in there. Still a little overhang on this side, so maybe able to file that down a tiny bit more, but that's in a very tight spot, so you wouldn't be able to get to that with anything. But it's just a little discreet way to secure those hinges a little bit. And with those quick 2 projects, we have definitely helped with the security here in the BBO bus. We added that big lock on the driver's door, and we added those little pins on the front door just to add an extra layer of can't get through that door quite as easily, which gives me confidence. It gives me a little bit more security when I'm going to places that I'm not familiar with. Down here in Southern California, I don't know this area. I don't know what's safe, what's not, what kind of people are around here, what I can get away with and what I can't. So it's better to err on the side of safety, both for me and for those around me, as well as the community. It's important that we are all creating safe spaces and sharing that with other people, so that in general, when people come across a rig like this, they know, oh, he cares about his space, he knows that he's safe. I now anticipate that when I see other rigs as well. So that's what I'm trying to do here for me, for you, for those around me, and hopefully maybe you learned something and a quick way that you can help lock up your van or your bus. As I said in the beginning, there's more than one way to lock a bus. So if you have done it differently and you think I could use a little bit of your help making this more secure, I would love to know, because I want to make this the safest place possible for me. So leave a comment down below if you think I've done something wrong, or if you think I could do something better and make it even more safe. I know that some sort of Wi-Fi based security system, but either cameras or alarms, that is the next level of security. That's less of like preventing entry, but more of a method of monitoring and keeping an eye on things. I don't have a bus Wi-Fi network set up yet, but that is in the works, so that will be one of these bus improvement videos at some point. So keep an eye out for that. But besides that, if you learned something, if you found a way in this video that you can lock up your stuff, then like this video, subscribe to the channel so that people like you can find these videos and learn a little bit more about how to stay safe out on the road. And with that, we've reached the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate your support and following this channel, and we'll see you next time here in the BB Bus. Thanks again.